What's up, guys? It's your boy Philip Turner here, and today what we're going to be shooting into are the main reasons why your anxiety just won't seem to go away no matter what you do, no matter what you try. You could be meditating, going to yoga, taking medication, going to therapy, smoking weed, drinking alcohol. Doesn't matter. Your anxiety just always tends to keep coming back, and today we're going to talk about why that is and what you can do about it instead. So before we get a little bit too far, I want to let you know who the fuck I am to be talking all this shit. So I'm master certified in hypnotherapy, I'm master certified in mental and emotional release, and I'm master certified in neuro-linguistic programming. I've been studying human psychology, human behavior, and social skills for years now, well over half a decade at this point. And I ultimately found the best, fastest, most effective, and longest lasting permanent way to overcome anxiety. So I want to share that with you guys here at the end of the video. So let's get into it. So what are the main reasons why your anxiety won't go away? Number one, it's not actually addressing the root cause. So these are things like symptom management. So for example, things like medication, things like yoga, meditation could actually get to the root cause a little bit once you get deeper and get more practice in it. But we'll take medication, for example. So you're experiencing some anxiety and you take the medication and it relieves the surface tension around your body and it relieves the symptoms of anxiety. So some of the symptoms that you experience with anxiety are things like heart palpitations, your mouth drying out, excessive sweating, and it actually affects your digestive system. It affects your metabolism as well. So all the reasons why all of these systems in your body get shifted around when you're experiencing anxiety is because your body is preparing for survival. So if a tiger were to walk by in front of you right now, you should feel anxiety. So you should start to sweat. Your mouth dries out because this is not the time for your body to be eating a meal. Your metabolism and your digestive system starts to take a toll or to shut down completely because you have to divert all those resources to surviving. So you go into a fight or flight mode when you're experiencing anxiety. Sweating, your body wants to cool down. The heart palpitations is your body starting to pump out your adrenal glands so you have the strength and so you have the energy to survive the situation that you're in. So the medication, things like yoga, those all just manage the symptoms of anxiety, but they don't actually address the root cause. What's the reason that you're feeling anxiety in the first place? Well, in this case, it's the fucking tiger. And in that situation, you should be feeling anxiety because it's necessary for your survival. The problem is that most people are experiencing anxiety for things that are not affecting their survival and it's not actually affecting their safety. One of the main things I normally like to talk about is social anxiety. So a lot of guys have social anxiety when it comes to going up and talking to a girl, for example, because he's afraid of what her reaction might be. And there's a primal reason why that is. The primal reason is that you might upset the other alpha males who are around, who might have the mating rights to that woman. And if her reaction is not favorable to you, or if they get upset with you being expressive and you being attractive to her, then they can come up and harm or kill you. So there's a deep-rooted reason why you might be feeling social anxiety in a situation like that. And now we have police and basically nobody's gonna kill you for going up and just talking to a girl. That's not something that happens. So that would be something that's labeled as unnecessary or unwarranted anxiety. So there are ways to address the root cause of feeling social anxiety in a situation like that. There's ways to address the root cause of feeling social anxiety when it comes to giving a meeting or I'm in a conference room right now. So giving a meeting, I could have a bunch of people in here and I'm talking and I could be feeling a lot of social anxiety because I have all these eyes on me. I have social pressure, and there are ways to get over the root cause of that so that your body actually isn't experiencing the anxiety. It's actually seeing this as a good thing. So in situations like almost getting into an accident, your body freaks out for a second, tenses up, that's anxiety, because it's anticipating a negative event happening in your future. So that's actually a good thing. You actually can't disconnect that mechanism in your brain. So we're not trying to disconnect the actual like mechanism that actually keeps you safe. We're trying to uncover the reasons for the unwarranted and unnecessary anxiety. So when you have to send an email at work and you're starting to feel anxious about it, or you have to pick up the phone and make a phone call and you're anxious about it, that is what we would call unnecessary and unwarranted anxiety. So what's the root cause? Why do you feel like that is a negative thing in your future? Why do you feel fear for your safety to the point where you're actually experiencing the symptoms, and that you actually want to take a drug, or that you have to do other things to manage the symptom around it so that you actually feel better in your body? So not most, but like a lot of the anxiety treatment methods and coping is all just around symptom management, and that it doesn't actually address the root cause. So number 2 main reason why your anxiety isn't actually going away is because it is not actually including a release of the negative emotion. So with things like therapy, things like I like to go to meditation a lot, but like I think meditation is actually really awesome, and you should actually meditate. I think that's an amazing practice. And during meditation, you can uncover a lot of amazing things by yourself and uncover a lot of truths, and you may or may not actually experience a release in that. So with things like therapy, for example, you can uncover a lot of intellectual insight about yourself. So like I do an 8-hour breakthrough session with people one-on-one to help them overcome all their social anxiety. And we release all the negative emotions, and we release the self-imposed limiting beliefs that they have on themselves, and what they believe about the world, what they believe about others, and how that relationship affects them in their world. So for the first 2.5 to 3.5 hours of that 8-hour session, we're actually gaining the intellectual insight. And if I just left it at that, I would be doing you a massive, massive disservice, because we're not actually including any sort of release in it. So you can go to therapy for 6 months, 3 months, years and years and years, and never actually experience a release of the things that you're actually uncovering in therapy. So you could go and be like, oh, well, I understand now that this is me, and this is why I react this way, or this is why I feel this way, and this thing happened in my childhood, or this is like a genealogical or generational trauma. And you're like, cool, I learned that about myself. Now what? What do you actually do with that? If your behavior isn't actually changing on the unconscious level, if your values aren't changing, if your beliefs aren't changing, if you're not actually letting go of the negative emotions, letting go of the fear, once the fear is gone, the anxiety is like so fast and so easy to get rid of. It's insane. So if you're not actually experiencing the release of the negative emotion or a release of the belief, the anxiety is going to just keep coming back, because the anxiety is a negative emotion that hasn't been released from the root cause. So if you're doing things that isn't doing either of these things, then the anxiety is going to keep coming back. Hopefully that makes sense. And the last reason that what you're doing might not actually be helping you is what you're doing is actually just a fucking coping mechanism. You're coping and coping and coping. Meditation, for example, a lot of people start to practice, and again, I love meditation. I meditate basically every day. A lot of people meditate expecting that everything is just going to be okay just by them meditating. And while I believe, and while there's tons of scientific evidence on why meditation is so incredible and all the benefits of it, there's a lot of you who are just trying to spiritually bypass and not actually do the thing that's actually going to get you a result. And so you just go back to meditating. Okay, I just need to meditate. I need to meditate. And you're actually avoiding addressing the root cause of the problem or doing any sort of work that's actually going to release that root cause of the problem. Meditating can often be just a coping mechanism. If you're going out and you need alcohol to have fun, if you need alcohol to socialize, like at a networking event, for example, that is coping. If you are smoking weed, that is coping. If you're just like choosing to not engage in the world because you just want to sit and play video games. Like, I'm the biggest nerd ever. I love video games. I love just vegging out for a while and playing a really good game and using it as a way to not address the things that you want to do. Like you have like these dreams and you have these aspirations. I believe that everybody here on this earth was placed here for a specific reason, and you on some level, on some unconscious level, you know what that is, and you're not choosing to engage in it because you are addicted to coping. Scrolling on your phone, coping. You'll see guys, one of the jokes is like, you'll see guys out and they're like, you know, they're hanging out at the club and they're just like sitting there in the corner and they open up their phone and they start looking at the weather app. Like this like the joke of like, you just look at the weather app on your phone. Yeah, what's the weather like tomorrow? And like, that's just coping. You're choosing to not engage in the world. So a lot of the anxiety methods, anxiety treatment methods that some people are engaging in is just coping. If you need a service dog for your anxiety, that's coping. Doesn't address the root cause, doesn't include any sort of release. It really doesn't actually fix anything except distract you from the problem in the first place. So you get to take your attention off the root cause that's actually making you miserable and making you anxious, and then just put it on the service dog. So now this poor little dog has to be the recipient of all your negative, shitty energy. So let's start fixing these things. And one of the ways that we can actually do that effectively and very, very, very quickly is with MER. So with mental and emotional release, you actually uncover the root cause, the main root cause of the anxiety, and we use the process that your unconscious mind already uses to let go of negative emotions. It's already like those faculties already there and they already exist. So we're going to tap into those faculties, address the root cause, and then you're going to change your perspective on that root cause to where the unconscious mind actually cannot hold on to the negative emotion around that root cause, and the emotion's gone. That's something that you can experience right now. You click the link in my bio, go to badatanxiety.com. You can enroll in the free course. It's about an hour long. I show you exactly how to get in touch with your unconscious mind, where the anxiety comes from, how it's stored in your body, how you can actually use those mechanisms and tap into it and let your anxiety go from the root cause and actually release it with an audio recording to guide you through the entire experience so you can experience the release of anxiety yourself today, right now. So be sure to click the link and get into that course, and I will see you in there. That's it, you guys. These are the main reasons why your anxiety won't go away no matter what you do. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video.